party hats. Boom, boom.
The whole go bang bang here. Let us begin.
I want you to keep an eye out for the Boogity Man. VHS Bandits. Boogie! Boogie! VHS Bandits.
Welcome to Coxwell Academy.
Don't need no DVDs, don't need no Betamax. These are the VHS Bandits.
Welcome to the VHS Bandits podcast. This week we watched Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Let's chop in the tape.
When you work in Hollywood, you learn fast that there's just two kinds of girls in a town like this. The sweet, shy, innocent ones. You know, the ones you want to take home to mom. And then there are the other kind. The ones you just want to take home.
Music does something.
Sometimes they like to play a little rough, but then these aren't your average girls. And this isn't your average movie. If you haven't figured out by now, there's something for everybody. Well, almost everybody. There's action, romance, and a cast of thousands. It's Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. These girls charge an arm and a leg.
I think it's time somebody cut you down to size, Jack.
Have you ever considered therapy?
I'm going to enjoy splattering you.
Hostile. Very hostile. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. It's a comedy that'll leave you in pieces.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey guys, welcome back to the VHS Bandits. It's me, Topher Hansen, and with me, as always, is my co-host.
This is me, Dane Train, over here.
Well, that sounds just like me.
That's right.
And it sounds just like the cop in this movie. Not the private dick, but the police officer.
Oh, yeah, kind of, sort of.
A little bit. So, I don't have the box for this, but
You got a pretty cool story behind this, how you acquired this copy of Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, though, right?
Yes, I think we talked about it on the Video Rangers podcast.
That's right.
I think that's where it was.
Yeah.
But yes, so the legend of Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, how I came about this tape.
How did you come about this tape, dude?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Everybody's dying to know. Who may not have listened to that episode of Video Rangers podcast
and
that we
you'll
just did.
find out right after these messages.
It's like
we're back.
You know when you watch the news and they're like, coming up,
On
a
the
story
news.
about a bus full of nuns, but they don't do it until the very end of the news. You know?
Right? Yeah. It's like let's make a deal right after this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, and we're back from what a great commercial that was. Holy boy,
Yeah.
I want to buy all that stuff. Yes. Okay, this is my story now. I was at not Savers, but Goodwill or something like that out here in Hollywood.
Hollywood, baby. It's
In
Hollywood, baby.
And so I found there was a tape, The Never-Ending Story, and I was like, ooh, that's a good tape. But it was empty. So I kept on looking, and there wasn't much to be had at this particular Goodwill. So I went into the consumer electronics area or the couch area or the desk area because the shit is just thrown everywhere, so whatever. But there was a camcorder, and in the camcorder there was a VHS tape, and it was blank. So I was like, ooh, baby, we got to pick up this VHS tape. It could be anything. I thought it was potentially going to be some sort of evidence for a crime scene or something like that. I don't know. I might have stumbled upon a snuff movie, and I kind of did because there was no label. It's all beat up and like crummy looking.
Yeah, it looks like somebody puked up Chef Boyardee on it.
Yeah. So I put it in the Never-Ending Story empty box, and I took it home, and it was sitting for a while, and I was like, oh, one day I got to find out what's in this tape.
Mystery tape.
The mystery tape. And it was Texas. Wait,
no.
Shit, I did it again. It was, ooh. It was, ooh. Take two. Take two. Sounds like you're getting chainsawed in this movie. Hey, boys and ghouls. It was Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Yeah.
And I was very excited to find out that that's what it was. I mean, what other than a snuff film from some like pervert in the 80s murdering people on his own time and recording it, this is probably the best thing you could hope for. I don't know what other tape I would hope to find inside of a camcorder.
It's so weird. It begs the
Goodwill.
question. What was it doing in the camcorder to begin with? Like
Exactly.
I mean,
maybe this was the camcorder that they actually filmed it on.
That could be. Yeah, even though it's not the rough. Maybe they
master tape.
Yeah, right. Well, it's just so weird because, like you said, I mean, like there's nothing on it. Like, could it be a bootleg? Could it be legit? We don't know. Because
Right,
it
but
kind of sort of looks legit.
Yeah, the quality's not like in the beginning. It's pretty fucked up. Like the tracking's kind of shitty.
Right.
And the sound's pretty bad, but it evens out. And like I've had more legit tapes fuck up way worse than this one.
Well, like it's got some stickers on it that looks like it could have been like.
Yeah, there
you
is
know what
like
I mean?
a video. There's a shiny silver video sticker on it. That's all it says is video.
Right.
So you know it's a video.
Oh, really? Well, it's just so weird that this crazy unmarked mystery tape is in this camcorder that somebody was maybe planning to record over at one time, you know?
Right.
And,
yeah. I got to
and it just happened
record
to
my
be
kid's
this.
bar mitzvah on
Yeah, right.
Texas. I mean, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Well, thank
I'm gonna do
God
that
somebody
all
didn't
episode.
record over it, you know?
Thank God.
Yeah.
It
So
would suck if we get halfway through this tape and it's some like 13-year-old brat's birthday party.
Oh,
or
I
something.
know. Oh, that would have really sucked.
Yeah.
So so obviously we don't
I
have
was kind
the-
of hoping it would. If it wasn't Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, I was hoping it'd be like some 80s homemade porno.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool. Some homemade porno.
Homemade porno. People doing cocaine and shit.
Just like the stuff that you used to be able to rent down at Gallo Video,
Right.
Route 9 in Shrewsbury, where
Yeah, you can rent plenty of cocaine from Gallo Video. I'm sure.
well, I mean, from what I understand from a reliable source, that Gallo
police
Video
reports.
I heard that Gallo Video people used to make home porno videos, and you used to be able to rent them at Gallo Video.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I should have done that.
From a
rented
reliable
them,
source. I
not
kid
made
you not.
porn.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Kookamonga crazy.
Are they? Do you watch them and the dude's fucking the girl and she's like, it won't fit. And then the fat guy comes and goes, oh, fit it in there.
Yeah. No, it must have been videotapes from what's his name, the real estate agent who got caught having like sex slaves in his basement, whatever the fuck his name is. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Dude,
Is
there's
this
like
some
that
Shrewsbury News.
There's that guy who was like everybody knew who's a real estate agent, and he got like busted or it got out that like he had like sex slaves in his basement that like dominatrix stuff.
shit.
And, you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea, but that has nothing to do with the movie. But
Okay.
We will reconvene on that subject. I mean, it kind of has something to do with the movie because these are kind of sex slaves, chainsaw hookers.
Yeah, right. So I mean, I got it on the interwebs here. I got the box on the interwebs. If you want me to read it.
read a picture of the back of the box.
So unfortunately,
I can read
box.
the Never-Ending Story box if you want.
Oh, you got that with you?
I have that.
Yeah, why don't you read that instead?
All right, this is the Never-Ending Story. Oh, it's way too long.
You know
it's
what,
like
dude?
5 paragraphs. It's never-ending. Fuck it.
I don't think I've ever seen Never-Ending Story or any of its sequels in their entirety.
What? Oh my god, it's so good, dude.
I know. Like for what little bit all I know is like the kid has like a belt with an eyeball on it and it turns him invisible. And there's a part where like he's flying the big white like dragon puppy thing like through the streets of New York or something like that.
There's a lot going on.
That's all I remember from what little bit I've seen of it. I think there's a swamp. There's something with a swamp.
There's a swamp.
That's all I know.
All right, read the text.
All right.
Fuck. Hollywood.
Stop saying that.
I know. I can't help it.
All right, okay.
It's got Gunnar Hansen in it, by the way, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Gunnar Hansen is in this movie.
And Linnea Quigley's in it, too.
Yes.
So the cover has this scantily clad chick holding a chainsaw, and it says Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. And she's like in a cityscape. And there's some people down in the corner, like, making out and people holding chainsaws. And on the back of the box, it says, Jack Chandler is a private dick tracking down a runaway named Samantha, Scream Queen Linnea Quigley, but finding that Samantha is part of a Hollywood prostitution racket eventually leads him smack in the middle of a demonic chainsaw death cult presided over by the stranger Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Blood flies by the bucketful, and boobs are on full display.
Wait, does it say that?
Yes!
Holy shit.
Ah.
This is the most accurate back of the box we've ever heard.
Yeah, no, it's seriously. Blood flies by the bucketful and boobs are on full display as the cult carves through victim after victim in this all-time cult classic from legendary filmmaker Fred Olin Ray.
Is he legendary?
I think so. Actually, funny enough, dude, I was talking to you last time when you were back home for the holidays. Yeah. Remember I was telling you I was watching a movie called Hollywood Vamp?
Yeah,
and
that's him.
That's the same. He did that movie too. And
he only does movies with Hollywood in the title.
And hookers too, because Hollywood Vamp has to do with vampire hookers.
Oh,
and
his
like
thing. Okay.
The lead brunette in the one who's like who chainsaws all the dudes. She's in that movie too as like the head vampire prostitute chick. And and actually, funny enough, in that movie, it's about a bunch of filmmakers who go to Hollywood and they're meeting with like a big shot producer who's played by the guy who is Jack, the private eye in this movie.
Oh, cool!
And he's like a Hollywood producer, and all of Fred Olin Ray's movies are like on the wall. And he's all like, "Oh, hey, hold on! I got my script for my next big motion picture over here called Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers."
Yeah.
So
that was I like that guy a lot. The guy who played the private dick.
Oh, dude,
I thought he was great.
He's awesome. He's even better in Hollywood Vamp.
Oh, cool.
So
I'll have to check that
you gotta check out Hollywood Vamp, man. Wicked good movie. I assume this movie's rated R. It doesn't say on the back of the box, but whatever. Who fucking cares?
If it's rated at all.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is probably a straight-to-video flick. Obviously,
I'd say so.
Probably. Yeah. Who knows?
Most likely.
But So let's get into it.
Yeah. So wait. Before we get into
what are we waiting for?
Hey, after these messages, we'll be right
After
back.
these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
No,
I just want to say that my name was almost Gunner. So I was almost gonna be named Gunnar
Get
Hansen.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Did you ever tell me that? I don't even know that.
I may have. Probably a while. I mean,
probably a long time ago.
It doesn't come up often, but I could have been Gunnar Hansen.
It's not quite like when we were in first grade and it would be around the holidays, and he'd be like, "Hey, Kris Kringle and I were related because we got like the same first name."
Hey, that's how it works.
That's
baby.
right. It's Hollywood, baby. So that was one thing I was wondering was when I found out that this was made by the same guy. Because when you watch Hollywood Vamp, like fucking every other sentence of dialogue, they go, "Hey, we're in Hollywood, baby. This is Hollywood, man. Hey, man, we're in Hollywood." And
This is the Hollywood of the 80s.
Yeah, I think I only heard it once in this movie. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't really make too much of it, I guess.
Yeah.
They call it a shithole a lot.
No, yeah, they did. They did.
And the guy like lives in a motel, which is directly across the street from where I live.
Yeah, at Motel.
Motel.
So anywho, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers starts off with
a hooker.
Oh wait, hold on. There's some fucking
the trailers.
Wait, I mean, we gotta fucking talk about the trailers.
Trailers are probably.
Dude.
I mean, the first time I saw this, the tracking was fucked up, so I like fast forwarded and I didn't see the trailers.
Yeah.
So this was my first time seeing the trailers.
Ooh.
And this fucking trailer is probably the best thing I have ever seen.
Fucking
it
kooky
looks
bananas.
So good. What it was called?
Evil Spawn.
If anyone has seen Evil Spawn, please hit us up.
Yeah.
We want to see this movie. It looked like Matinee.
Oh yeah, kind of
the movie with like the Ant-Man or whatever the fuck the movie,
like
the atomic ant guy or whatever. Yeah. It looked like that, but with party hats and blood everywhere.
Yeah, fucking boobies and guys getting impaled by lobster claws.
Yeah, and
it
monsters.
Looked great.
And crazy.
Looked awesome.
Lots of like the first shot. It has like it comes up with this like really crummy looking text that was built into the camcorder or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and it says "Evil Spawn," and then the next shot is like boobies, and it's just nonstop party hats and blood and monster guys. It's awesome.
It definitely wants me to see the movie.
Yeah, and then the next trailer was. Do you remember the full name of it? Death Row Diner.
Death Row Diner. Yeah. Death Row Diner, and it was just a shot of a. It was literally just like it was like a dolly or like crane shot from the bottom of an electric chair with like boots and there's like some clothes in the chair as it scrolls up as it pans up, and it's just like smoke coming from the clothes, like somebody just got zapped.
It's like a Burger King commercial without the Whopper. So it's just the steam in an electric chair.
And no sesame seeds. And that was it. It was like 10 seconds. They just said Hollywood fucking Death Row Diner. And there's a shot of a chair that's smoking, and that was it. Then it just like cuts to black as ends the beginning of the movie.
And then coming to you soon.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was weird.
Yeah, that's a weird way to phrase the end of a trailer. Coming to you soon.
It's weird.
And then that was it. Then we get into the movie.
Yeah, the booby movie.
The booby movie. The movie has a warning in front of it. It says like these chainsaws are fucking real, so don't do this. Unless you're a hooker, goodbye.
Well, it said like don't perform these crazy stunts, especially when you're about to have erotic sex.
My favorite kind.
Then it was like a signature by this guy.
Yeah,
Fred,
that he
Fred
says,
Olin,
my
right?
conscience is clear.
Yeah.
Whatever, Owen something.
Yeah. Fred Oreo cookie. Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Oreo cookie.
So
nice to meet you. Here's my card. We'll be in touch.
Oh no! And then we came up with our latest criminal character for an upcoming project, Criminal Penis.
Criminal Penis and butt crack nemesis, as you've never seen them before.
In this fighting in the streets.
Yes, so that is a new fake character. Butt crack nemesis is a a character that we came up with as children in our like action figure movies, but we never made one with him.
Yeah, he's just a fictitious character. Don't steal it. We're copyrighting it right now, 2019.
Yeah. So now he has a new sidekick, Illegal Penis. What's his name? Criminal Penis.
No, that's another one. It's Criminal Penis. Criminal Penis versus Illegal Penis. Or what was it?
Anyway, I don't know. So,
step aside, Alien versus Predator. There's a new versus coming to town.
I'm so sorry to the audience that has no idea what we're talking about, because I always say it's just inside jokes about criminal penises.
Butt crack nemesis.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But
Anywho.
hopefully you guys are on the inside now. Yeah. So the movie starts with a hooker, and she's in jail, or she's in the interrogation room.
Yeah.
And they show her the chainsaw. They're like, does this jog your memory? And then she's like, I'm going to jog your guts with this chainsaw. And then she chainsaws them.
Yep. And then we got the fucking coolest title card ever.
Yeah,
where
that
it's
was
like
great.
It's like the chainsaw blades. There's this chainsaw on gold inside. It was awesome.
It is really good title.
Yeah.
And then we go to the private dick?
Well, there's a bar, right? We go to a bar.
Oh yeah. They're the other guy named Hanson in the movie, Buck Hanson or something like that.
Yeah.
My name was not almost Buck. Thank God. So yeah, he's this Buck Hanson drinking alone at a bar. And this hooker named Mercedes propositions him. And long story short, yada, 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 they go to Motel.
Yeah.
and this, I have to say, this scene is very much reminiscent or pre-reminiscent, because it happened before American Psycho.
Yeah.
So the Mercedes lady throws the guy on the bed, and then she puts on some Elvis music. Not Huey Lewis in the News.
No.
But then she starts. We see party hats.
Oh
first of
yeah,
all.
and some Busharooty.
Some
And
Busharoonie.
some tush.
Yeah, you got all the three major boob groups are in this.
Yeah.
Scene.
You get some long butt.
Yeah, some long butt, some bush, some 80s bush.
Bush boobies butts.
The three B's.
These are the three B's of the 80s.
Bush booty boobies. And so she's dancing while we're listening to Elvis, and she takes out a tarp, like a clear tarp, and like puts it around the room so she doesn't get blood on her Elvis poster.
Yeah.
and then she chainsaws the fucking dude to death. I put up a video of it on our Instagram, and then it got immediately taken down. So if you flagged our fucking Instagram post because there was boobies in it, shame
you,
on
man.
you. Shame on you. Let us post boobies. This is the boobies of the 80s. And then we go to the private
dick.
right?
Private dick. Whose name is
dick. They say
Jack Chandler.
Jack Chandler.
And the whole movie is, at this point, voiceovered by him in the background, like an old film noir movie.
Yeah. I like that a lot. I think this movie is, it's actually, like, pretty funny.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, it is.
His dialogue is, like, pretty good a lot of the times. And, like, the jokes hit, I think. And so he's looking for a runaway.
Played by Linnea Quigley. What the hell's her name? Samantha something.
Samantha Chainsaw.
Samantha Chainsaw.
Yeah, so he goes to the cops and is like, "Have you seen this broad or whatever the fuck people say back then?"
Yeah,
dame. This dame, yeah. And then so obviously he has a not so great relationship with the local PD because he's a private dick. So there's some argument there but he's like, oh, let me talk to this hooker you just arrested for chainsawing my 2 cops.
Yeah, she's now a cop killer too.
Yeah. So he gets to interview the chainsaw hooker, and she drops a matchbook because private detectives can't solve cases without matchbooks.
Gotta have it.
And he steals it from the cops.
The evidence.
So they don't. Yeah.
Oh, I
And
like it too because you have this like forensics guy opening it, and he goes, "Oh, could this be a clue?"
And the cop's like, "Yeah, it's a fucking clue, you idiot. Everything's a clue. We're cops. Hey, that's clues, baby."
In Hollywood, these are clues.
And then he goes home. I don't know.
I think he goes to his office. He's got an office. No, wait, yeah, no. I'm sorry. No. He was just finishing banging some chick, and this was pretty
Right.
funny. Where like she wakes up and he's putting his clothes on because he's got to get to work to go find Linnea quickly, and
Yeah.
like and it's
Oh,
like
her
the voice.
titties, by the way, they are scary looking. They
Yeah.
were very far apart. I mean, it looked like a botched boob job.
Yeah, not the best set of party hats.
No, I just
in
wanted to
the
mention
movie.
that. I mean, she should get a refund. That's all I'm saying. This movie is evidence. We will stand by you.
Well, it was funny because like they start like arguing, and the voiceover is like, "Yep, she kissed me goodbye and wished me well as I went to finish this case." But obviously, she's like giving him the finger, like, you bum, you get out of here, son of a bitch,
You
know?
crumb bum.
You crumb bum, you. So he goes out on the case, out on the hunt, looking for some hookers. And,
Well, he's looking for a runaway.
well, yeah.
But on the match, he lights a cigarette, and with the matchbook,
Yeah.
and there's a number for Mercedes, who was the hooker that chainsawed the guy in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, the second chainsaw. There's already been 2 chainsaws happening, so she's the one that chainsawed the guy in the bar.
Yeah, well, right before this, there was another scene where another hooker goes to like this weirdo's house, and this guy, I guess, owns a baseball factory, and he wants her to pose and do naked photos for a naked baseball bat calendar, 1985 calendar. And
That was a hot seller that year.
I guess so. And so
that would be the third chainsaw. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And she smashes him in the head with a baseball bat and then cuts him down with a chainsaw.
Yep. So this is all within like 15 minutes.
Oh, probably, yeah.
So yeah, there's 3 chainsaw deaths within 15 minutes. That's a good ratio.
Yeah.
So and that's probably about I don't know, 8 party hats individually.
So far, yeah, that's a good.
least.
That's a pretty good ratio of chainsaw to party hats.
Yeah, we're off to a good start. And so where were we? Sorry.
All right, so he's got the matchbook to go find this hooker. So
Right.
he goes to the bar to go find this hooker, right? And so he meets up with this really weird bartender, right?
He looks familiar. He looks. I want to say Emmett Nerve Ending, but it's not. You know, from Freakazoid, he's like that weird guy that pops up in the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He doesn't look like that guy, but
Okay.
but he reminds me of him. There is someone shit. He looks like someone else. It's like a caricature of like an old-timey actor who would show up in like those WB cartoons. He looks like that guy.
Or like you would
I
have.
think he's the guy.
I feel like he would have like made a cameo on The Critic. Like he would have interacted with Jay Sherman at some point.
Right.
You know?
I forget his name. All right. Well,
No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he's the
a
bartender.
very interesting guy.
And he's weird, and they do this bit where he's all like, "All right, I'm asking him if he knows who this girl is," and then I try to make a joke, and nothing's getting past this guy. So I try to show him how to do a bunny shadow up against the wall, and this guy is stone cold. Nothing gets through him.
Yeah, I thought that joke was really
That was good.
It reminded me a lot of like Silence of the Hams.
Yeah, real like
That
Naked
part,
Gun
anyway.
kind of humor. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mercedes comes over because I guess he called her. I don't know if we saw that happen or not, but she comes over.
Yes, yeah. So she comes over to offer him some sex services.
Some sexual.
And I guess while they're there, they like share a drink together, and I guess it's a nudie titty bar because
oh, that's where the runaway is.
yeah,
Linnea
yeah.
Quigley is dancing.
right, yeah. So she's up there, and he recognizes her. So he tries to call the police department at the phone booth, and it's the answering machine being like, "Oh, if you think that you're a homicide person, stay on the line. We want to talk to you. If you think you're about to get killed, pick up the phone, call 911 and right now." So he couldn't call the police department. So he goes and he sits back down.
If you think you're a homicide person.
It's something like that, you know. You know what this movie reminds me a lot of? Another movie that we watched called Vice Academy. I don't know why, but it kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the same locations and stuff. It looked like the look of it is very similar.
Yeah. I felt
But
like.
I mean, this is a far superior movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd rather watch this any day over
yeah.
Vice Academy. But I don't know. It just kind of reminded me of it a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I get you. Yeah.
But so she slips a little something in his linguine martini bikini, and he's out stone cold. So then he wakes up and he's tied to a bed, and
the
there's a
next
couple of
half
hookers
hour.
over him. What's that?
This is a very long scene.
It is, yeah.
very long.
So he wakes up and he's in this bedroom with the Mercedes hooker, a totally different hooker, and Linnea Quigley.
And he said something like, "I went in for a Mercedes, and I might end up in the used parts department."
Oh yeah, he's always saying stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of like puns for chainsaws, obviously, and body parts and dismemberment, and they're all pretty good.
I thought it was funny. Like they start to like try to take his clothes off, and he's like, "Listen, gals, normally this would be a real picnic, but I don't think this is going. I don't think it's a good idea right now."
Yeah.
So then like this dude with a beard who you've seen once in a blue moon, you just kind of see him staring around.
The stranger.
And yeah, Gunnar Hansen, he pops up, and you
And
kind
he
of find
looks
out.
like Orson Welles a little bit.
Oh yeah, he kind of like a young Orson Welles.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't.
Well-
he doesn't sound like this.
I want to make a
Like
sandwich for your stupid doll.
The guy from WB cartoons who plays Orson Welles and
The Brain?
the guy from Pinky and the Brain,
Yes. We are not good at that voice.
who talks about eating peas. So, anywho,
Green penis.
oh, there's one stuck in
that's
my
terrible.
beard. So
Anyway.
anywho, so he comes in and you find out that they're a part of this prostitution ring, and they
Dun, dun,
worship
dun.
the chainsaw gods.
Yeah, the ancient Egypt's chainsaw gods. And
Right.
this is pretty good. So I like this part a lot because Gunnar Hansen is like, "Hey, ladies, take it easy." So he sends off the hookers. Then he's talking to the dick, and he mentions like, "Oh, we worship the chainsaw and the ancient gods," and he's like. The private detective's like, "Next thing you're gonna tell me is that you're a cult of hookers that worship chainsaws." And he's like, "How did you know?"
Yeah, that was great.
And yeah, so there's a lot, and they just like, he's like, "The ancient chainsaws of Egypt," and then the guy's like, "Hey, chainsaws weren't even invented then." He's like, "It's too complicated. I don't want to get into it."
Right.
And they totally just like they
whatever.
know what they are. They're just like, fuck it, we don't care. It's just, and it totally works, and I loved it.
Oh, it was great. So they're gonna slice him up into pieces, but they run out of gas. So all the hookers and the head guy,
They gotta go to Texaco.
They go to Texaco to go buy some gasoline.
So
So
he's like, "Hey, get me a slushy while you're there,
Yeah.
cherry if they got it."
and so Linnea Quigley unties him because she's the only one left there to be with him, the watch guard, and I guess she's there to join their group, kind of like an inside Vice thing because they
like
killed
a Vice
her.
Academy thing.
There we go. Let's go full circle. And because they killed her friend at one time with a chainsaw, and she's out for revenge. So that's like her way to like get into the cult so that she could take revenge. So they go to take off, and they go back to his office. They do the deed while they're there.
And then his girlfriend catches them or something.
Oh, right? And she's all like, even in Hollywood, there isn't a decent private dick around here.
Even in Hollywood.
And Hollywood, baby. So they drive. So Linnea Quigley and Private Dick, they're like out in some warehouse area, and there just happens to be some like ancient Egypt shit outside. It says like evil cult layer this way.
Yeah. It's on two big cats, and it looks like you could find the goons from My Uncle the Alien hiding out in there.
Yeah, right. I know, right.
There's a lot of like crummy Hollywood movies that are very similar to this.
Oh God! Hollywood chainsaw hookers.
I came to get my dick chainsawed. Instead of helping my niece, who is the president's daughter.
So they get inside. They get captured. They're all tied up. And
they're like so they're like snooping through the they were so the thing is they were going to sacrifice him in a ritual at this temple. So this temple is in this shitty warehouse downtown. So they're looking through the warehouse, and then Linnea Quigley like knocks over a sign. He's like, it's okay, nobody heard it. And then this guy comes up with a spear. He's like, ah!
He's like, ooga booga booga booga. He's like a
this temple
tribal
guard
guy.
comes up and takes their pendants of life.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he's like, all right, one lousy guy heard it. And then they get tied up again.
So they inject the blood of their ancestors into the tush of Linnea Quigley. I guess like a drug or something. I don't know. And so I guess the whole thing is like they have to do this ritual that night so that way they could all live for like another 100 years or something. So they got to sacrifice her and sacrifice the Private Dick. So now we get to the longest fucking part of this movie. This is the only part of the movie that's like super boring because fucking nothing happens for like a half an hour. It's just time filler of this ritual trying to begin. And they put sound effects in the background to make it sound like they're in like this big crowded area, but there's only like 4 extras in the background who just like, they're like, all right everybody, my name is Fred Olson Ray, I'm the director. All right, now give me some like ooh faces. Ooh, all right, now act as if you're surprised. Whoa, all right, great, cut, print. All right, we're just gonna put that in the background a couple times to make it look like there's a crowd.
Yeah, so the ritual is like this. I don't know if it was a woman or a man, but it kind of looked like the gatekeeper from Nightmare.
Yeah.
And so let's just call her a woman because I couldn't tell. Could you tell if it was?
I couldn't really tell either. I actually thought it was a dude, but I mean, I really don't know.
Whatever. So
Doesn't
the gatekeeper like just takes a bunch of motor oil and pours it in a pan, and we watched her dump out like 3 gallons of motor oil. Into this
it's just
thing.
like glug 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 glug. No, and there's just they cut to reaction shots of this 4 people crowd. Yeah, and every single time he would empty a bottle of oil, they're like, "Woo, yay, all right!" And clapping.
And you hear like a stadium of people cheering.
Yeah, you swear it was like ripped from like somebody shooting a hoop at an NBA game, you know?
Yeah.
So
shooting a hoop,
and so then I mean the next part was kind of cool. Not really because
the virgin dance of the 2 chainsaws.
Yeah, you got Linnea Quigley in like body paint, looking like snakes covering her boobies, and she just has 2 chainsaws in her hand, going ween, 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 ween. She's not really dancing that much. She's just kind of strutting around.
Yeah, they look pretty heavy, so she's kind of just like slowly turning around.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know,
it's kind of cool.
It's the virgin dance of 2 chainsaws. What do you want?
If I had a couple of Taco Bell burritos in me, it probably would have been a little bit better. But that's all right.
What?
You know,
What does
because
that mean?
no, I'm just saying, like, sometimes these boring parts of the movies, it takes some lousy food for me to really kind of get through them or enjoy them. So if I had, like, you know, some Taco Bell in me, that would have been better, you know?
Oh, you could have powered through it.
Yeah, exactly. With
Because
a
you know
Taco
you had
Bell Power Bowl.
You know you have to shit soon.
That's
so you're
right.
Let's get this moving.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hollywood chainsaw shitters. Oh, all right. Hey, real quick. Speaking of which, probably
Speaking of chainsaw shitters.
probably my favorite, funniest part of this movie is the part when the private dick is he's tied down to the bed and like the hookers, you know, he's like surrounded by the hookers. There's the voice over him being like, well, sometimes you just slip on a piece of shit and you end up doing what I'm doing right now, getting chased by hookers. So hearing him say it, slip on a piece of shit, that was great. Best part of the movie right there.
I'm gonna have to work that into my everyday speak.
So
and he also says, like, a lot of the voiceovers, like, well, looks like I'm tied up again and I'm about to get my head chopped off. But she's got great tits.
yeah, he says it like 8 times in the movie.
Yeah,
It's great.
He says, great tits, great knockers, like every other scene. And it works every time.
It does.
It gets me every time.
I wanted to mention too, like the ritual room that they're in, it looks exactly like remember when I was showing you that video of Count Dracula rapping about some like software program called ECAD on so for any of you guys out there want to see something fucking awesome from the 80s, there's like this 3-minute video. It's a corporate video of Count Dracula rapping about some software from a company called ECAD, and it's fucking great. And I swear that this was done on the same set.
Oh yeah, and he's got 3 chainsaw hookers with him.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, his like backup singers are chainsaw hookers, practically.
Exactly. Ah, man. So so they take they take, what the hell's his name? Jack, the private dick. They put him down on the sacrificing table, and the guy's trying to start the chainsaw.
All you can sacrifice at Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Fridays only. Kids eat free.
And from 5 to 8. And so he's like, and he can't get the fucking chainsaw to start. But finally he's like, hold on a minute, hold on, do the choking, and then he starts up.
Yeah.
And it's great. So
so Linnea Quigley is presumably under some sort of trance because of this chainsaw blood or whatever that's been injected to her butthole.
Yeah.
And so Gunnar Hansen gives her the chainsaw, and she is supposed to be the one to make the sacrifice and chop up Jack. But she takes the chainsaw and then she sticks it right into Gunnar Hansen's tummy. And then we see her holding a chainsaw. Gunnar Hansen, a PA throwing blood in his face.
Yo.
Jack, a PA throwing blood in his face.
Squirting a ketchup
Linnea
bottle.
Quigley. Yeah. All the chainsaw stuff is pretty great.
It is.
It's all shot where you see someone holding a chainsaw with the other person completely out of frame, and then the person who's getting chainsawed. In each shot, someone is like throwing body parts and gore at them, and it's just going everywhere. It's great. And that
awesome.
happens a lot.
Yeah.
So it happens in this scene, and so Gunnar Hansen's dead, and they tied him up on the. I think most of the hookers just run away, right?
Oh yeah, they all just split. They all take off.
Except for Mercedes.
Yeah.
But so she unties Jack, and he was just held on to the sacrifice table with some like Christmas bows.
Yeah,
right?
like Christmas ribbon.
Yeah, the ribbon you'd wrap a present with. That's what was holding him down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figure. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I've never been tied down to a sacrificial table by Christmas anything, so I'll give the guy credit. It's probably hard to get out of. I'm not a Christmas present. I can't unwrap myself. But
hey, you know what? Did you know where you are?
Hollywood, baby.
Hollywood, baby. That's the first time for everything in Hollywood, baby.
That's right. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
No. So then we get probably I don't know, I think this was also one of the highlights of the movie was a chainsaw fight.
Yeah.
Where Mercedes and Linnea Quigley both are battling chainsaws with sparks flying everywhere. It was pretty cool.
That's right. Eat your heart out, Mandy.
Mandy and Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Actually, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is probably, obviously, it's one of the best movies ever made.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest. And as far as chainsaw fights go, you can't beat Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
All right, so how would you rate those 3 chainsaw fights between Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and Mandy?
I would easily Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and then I might go with this one because I was kind of disappointed with the chainsaw fight in Mandy.
Yeah, you know what? I was too when I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was cool, but it wasn't as good as I'd hoped.
Yeah, I don't know. The hype around it was just a little too much. And if you're gonna do a chainsaw fight with a 6-foot long chainsaw like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, you've got to up the ante somehow. And I feel like it kind of was just a generic chainsaw fight, if there is such a thing.
No, I agree.
But I
with
mean,
you.
they're all great. Don't get me wrong. I love a good chainsaw fight. They all have their place in my heart.
So then same thing happens to Mercedes that happened to Gunnar Hansen. PA in the background just throws ketchup and fake blood at her. And so Linnea Quigley saved the day. And it was kind of weird because like at the same time this is all happening, there's a police cruiser going down the street.
Oh yeah, because he called. Yeah, so before they leave to check out the temple, Jack calls the police chief, and he gets his answer machine again, and it's like, "Hi, this is police chief Jack Johnson, and please leave a message unless you are private detective Jack Chandler. Do not call me. I have told you before many times, do not leave a message. Beep. Hi, this is Jack Chandler. I know you told me not to leave a message, but this is really important."
And then like they're in the car and they're like, "Can't this thing go any faster?" And he's like, and the cop's just like, "Hey, this is last year's model. The thing needs a tune-up." You know? He reminded me.
Tires are bald.
He reminded me of like one of the police that would be in Plan 9 from Outer Space, where they just kind of like hold their guns up around and like hold it up to their heads, like scratching their heads.
So then the cops get there. But wait, so I was confused at this point. The cops really don't do anything, do they?
No, they just, I think like the head police chief like goes inside to find Jack, and the other guys just like, "Oh, well, just hang out over here." Whereas all the other cult members, they saw them as they all booked it out of there. Why they didn't go after them, I don't know.
Hey, because they got bald tires. They can't.
I guess that's right.
They can't catch up with 5 women with no vehicles.
Jeez. So Jack and Linnea Quigley are sucking face, doing the tongue twisties, and the police chief just comes in. He's like, "Hey, what the hell's going on in here today?" And so he's like, "Hey, chief, I'm gonna write that report tomorrow morning for you, even though I'm not a cop and there's no reason why I would have to write you a report for anything."
Right? Yeah.
Which makes no fucking sense.
Maybe he got hired on the spot.
Maybe. So then you find out that the cult members of Mercedes and the leader guy, they disappeared and they've turned into smoke. Maybe they ended up in the movie Death Row Diner where there's nothing left but smoke in their clothes.
Oh, I can only hope.
Whoa.
It's the spiritual successor to Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Yeah, that could be it. And so then the end of the movie is just they go back to the office, and he just says, "I'll keep her around for a while because she's got a nice set of tits."
Yep.
The end.
Cut to black.
The end. That's it.
That's it.
That's Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Baby.
Baby in Hollywood, baby. That's Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, baby. So that's the movie.
That's it.
I tell you what, dude. Why don't you look up the IMDb, and I'm gonna look up the Amazon.
You got it. Dun, 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 dun. We'll be right back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yuck.
All right, and we're back.
We're back.
All right, I have the IMDb rating. Out of 10 stars, what do you think is the rating for Hollywood Chainsaw?
I think
Hookers?
IMDb probably gave it, I don't know, probably like a 6.5 out of 10.
Ooh, you're close.
Am I?
5.1.
5.1?
That's pretty good for
I guess.
IMDb in a movie called Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
That's okay. I suppose so.
What
else you got?
You want me to do
Oh wait,
Amazon
yeah,
too?
that's right. I got all right. So Amazon, right? Now for the VHS there's no ratings, but there are ratings for the Blu-ray. Okay?
Ooh, it's on Blu-ray.
It is on Blu-ray.
How much is it?
How much? It's $16.99.
That's not bad.
Do you think that having the Blu-ray for $16.99 is worth to have in your collection at home?
I mean, if you are a fan of these types of movies, I would say yes.
I totally agree with you.
I would say yes.
Yeah. All right. So out of
And it
5
probably
out of 5 stars of the Blu-ray on Amazon, what do you think?
out of 5, I'm gonna say 4 stars. If you're spending money on this movie, you know what you're getting.
Pretty much, dude. 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Whoa, that's
you got
great.
it. Out of 83 reviews. Now, if you wanted to buy the tape on Amazon right now, people want fucking $95 for it.
Sheesh,
Now,
I should
that's-
sell this, but I
that's-
don't have the cover.
That's not all. If you wanted a copy of the VHS right now on eBay, there's only one. I guess it's out of Brazil, and it's fucking $150 with a $30 shipping.
Damn, I'll sell my tape for $100. I'll do it for $89.
Hey, there
get
you go.
The VHS Bandits discount. Hey,
Yeah, right. Okay.
and
okay.
I'll throw in the Never-Ending Story box for free.
Oh man. So a copy just sold like a couple days ago, and it sold for a fucking $175.
Jeez.
And it had 22 bids. What the fuck, people? I mean,
Whoa.
don't get me wrong. It's a fucking great movie, but is it worth fucking $200 for this tape?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I would have rather have found it in a VCR, in a camcorder at Goodwill myself.
Yeah, so if you want this, just go to all your Goodwills and your Savers and your Salvation Armies. Check the camcorders, see if there's a tape in there. And hope to God and Anubis, the chainsaw god of Egypt, that it is Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
So, dude, out of how many? Out of 10? Out of 10?
Great sets of knockers.
Out of 10? Out of 10 chainsaw dual chainsaw dances?
Virgin chainsaw dances?
Yeah, there you go.
Virgin chains. Wait,
Virgin
the
dual
Virgin
chainsaw
dance of
dances?
two chainsaw.
The Virgin Dance of Two Chainsaws. How many out of 10 Virgin Dance of Two Chainsaws would you give this?
Well, out of 10 Virgin Dances of Two Chainsaws, I would give Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers 7.5 Virgin Dances of Two Chainsaws.
All right. Very good. Very good.
What about you?
I'm going to give this movie 9 out of 10.
Whoa!
9 out of 10 Virgin Dances of the Two Chainsaws.
Whoa, that's great.
I'm only knocking it off one dance just because that one scene at the end just really dragged for time.
Yeah.
That was it. Other than that, the movie got me hooked the whole time. I really liked it. After seeing the last Fred Olin Ray movie there, the Hollywood Vamp, and after seeing this, I'm really liking this guy's work, and I want to see some more.
Yeah. Actually, let me bump it up to 8. I'll bump it up to 8. I'll give it the extra. I was on the fence between 7 and 8, but I mean, you giving it a 9.
Yeah.
That confirms. Because again, my only concern was, I mean, I feel like I liked it a lot more the first time I watched it, but don't get me wrong, I still liked it a lot this time.
Here's a question. So it's really good one time. Now that you say that, I'm keeping kind of thinking the same thing too. Like, I don't know if I'll like it as much the next time. I could tell you what, I don't think I would ever want to see Hollywood Vamp again, but it certainly was fun to watch once.
Sure.
So with this, would you rewind the tape ever again?
Oh, I already did.
Well, yeah. Oh shit, we had all kinds of problems rewinding this tape too.
Well, in
VCRs
the
making all
beginning
kinds
of
of
this
noise.
tape, we press play, and then as soon as like the actual after the trailers, as soon as the movie starts, the tracking would get fucked up, and then my VCR would stop and then automatically rewind. So we had to
That's
fast
crazy.
forward a little bit, but we didn't miss anything.
No.
But yeah, so I mean, I think it was just some of it did seem to drag a little bit, but I mean that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean the pacing is pretty good. It's only 115 minutes.
Yeah. The boobies is well worth it alone.
The
All
boobies. Oh my god! The trailer boobies were great.
Oh yeah, I think that trailer for Evil Spawn was better than the movie.
There's so many boobies in
Yeah,
there. So many
boobies
party
galore.
hats. Yeah. But yeah, watch this movie if you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Highly recommend.
Absolutely, me too. Everybody should see Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers at least once in their life.
That's right.
On tape
Good
that
advice.
they found in a camcorder at Goodwill.
Yep.
I say that's probably one of the best surprise tapes you could ever find.
I mean, it's the best surprise tape I have ever found. I mean, what else could you hope for other than homemade porn?
That's right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, some 80s homemade porn from
From Gallo Video.
Gallo Video.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Well, I guess that'll do it for this episode of the VH Bandits podcast. We watched Hollywood Chainsaw
Hookers.
Hookers.
That's
I have
Hollywood,
been-
baby.
I have been live from Hollywood. I have been Topher Hansen, and with me across the coast. Wait, across whatever. He's on
Across the country.
across the country, warm as toast.
Warm as toast because we just got like 6 inches of snow today.
Is with my co-host as always.
This is Worcester, baby. hey, this
Hey,
is
if
Worcester,
you want to
baby.
make it in Worcester, baby, you're gonna have to play the game. All right? Yeah. Park it in the shade, won't you? Hey.
This is Main Train, baby.
All right. And as always, be kind and rewind.
Rewind.